glow ups, luxury living through the lens of conscious living. It's due to finding that inner peace within you no matter what. We all understand luxury. We think about purses, we think about, palaces and big houses and carpets and name brand things, which is all fabulous because we all love luxury and crystals and teacups and, all of that. Part of luxury is also being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want. And the deeper meaning for me when it comes to luxury living is really about being conscious. It's about making those decisions in your life that allow you to live the way that you live. And even now, I'm going to show you something. In the middle of, because I have chaos in my house that I don't particularly like it, there will be people here working on our blinds that aren't working. Couch is disheveled, things are up in places, and at the same time, I still have this practice of luxury. My table, my candles. In another 20 minutes, there's gonna be 5 men here. There's gonna be working on in that room, and that makes me stressed. At the same time, I've made sure to have music on in the background. I've made sure to have my candles on. I've already done my spiritual practice this morning, which gives me that luxurious vibe of peace. That means whatever I'm going through, I have that inner peace, and that is luxury. And going through that consciousness means that I have to be brutally honest with myself. So in the middle of my magnificent life that you guys see and I share with you because it is lovely. At the same time, in the background, one of those files I have up, my stepdaughter hasn't spoken to me in a couple of months now. She's really upset with me, but I trust and believe that she will circle back because it is her youth, it's her life and experience, and she will circle back and we'll have a deep conversation. And I have peace in that because I know our relationship is true and honest and based on love and trust. And as difficult as it might be, I understand that we're all in different chapters in our life, and I have the peace knowing that she and I have a beautiful relationship. At the same time, as many of you guys know, I have a son who's severely autistic. So sometimes when the phone rings, I always think, oh my God, what is that? Is that something going on? Even though he has the most amazing team, he lives in the most amazing place, he's fully cared for, he lives 10 minutes from me. I cannot believe he'll be 30, this year, and he's magnificent. As a mother, you never stop being concerned about your children. Even if they're human, like they're adults, there's still that stress and that tension. But the peace comes in understanding the consciousness, right? That luxury living, the peace comes in understanding that as a parent, we have raised them well. They're good human beings, and they're going to go through the trials and tribulations of life just like you and I do every single day. But that's where the peace comes in. That's the practice. That's the practice of a luxurious life. So sure, the environment that I live in is magnificent, sure. And in the middle of that, there's still stresses. There's still stresses of being 56 now and being in this chapter in my life. And how do what does that mean? And what do I do? And how does that work? There's still that little narrative in the back of my mind all the time. I retired last year. All the kids are great, so they don't need me in that facet of a mother taking care of their child because they're their own humans. So now it's my husband and I. And as beautiful as my husband and I are, you have to work at having a good relationship and really continuing the intimacy practices and all of these systems that are put in place to ensure that the luxurious life that I want in my marriage and my relationship, there's systems that are put in place. And that's where peace comes in. And that is also part of this luxurious living and the glow ups. The glow ups could also be in what you wear in your apparel, right? It could be like before you used to wear cotton sweaters and wool sweaters and now you have cashmere. It could also be that you went and had your colors done and now you realize that the colors that you wear really magnify and are harmonizing the colors of your skin with the clothes, and you look just put together and good. Not that you're wearing your clothes or your clothes are wearing you, but that you actually feel confident in your skin That's where the luxury comes from. That's the glow up. It's not only the external, it's also working on the internal. That's what makes the life luxurious. That's the flex. It's not only the things that make it blingy and fabulous and so wonderful. It's also being completely honest with yourself. And when there is a problem, solving it. And when the problem is solved, doing your best to not ruminate on what or could or if, because ruminating doesn't help any of us. That's not peaceful. That's not luxurious. Luxurious is being brutally honest with yourself and your environment. That's the consciousness in you. And then it helps you create the life that you want. So luxurious living, the glow ups, the luxury lifestyle, yeah, it's things, but also with those things, it's the brutal honesty to, do you want to work that hard to be able to acquire the things? And before you can work that hard to acquire the things, what are you doing within yourself to ensure that you are at peace with yourself? That allows you to be disciplined. It allows you to be consistent. It allows you to be able to focus on the bigger picture for yourself. Because my darlings, that's the luxury. That's the flex. It's that honesty. It's that pure attention to yourself. Because at the end of the day, your life begins and ends with you. And isn't that marvelous? Because whatever you have, it's because you put it there. Everything all around you is because you had a thought or an action, and there it is. So that deeper understanding of where you are, who you're with, what you've created, it's all you, my darling, all of it. And that's the peace and the luxury in your life. Because if you don't like it, you can change it. You just have to be brutally honest with yourself to say, I don't like this. And what am I going to do about it? And then create a small plan and then move forward. Because that is what we do as beautiful women. We have this inner strength. We have the capacity. We have the love to nurture and to create. We focus most of it on the outside of our family, our children, our husbands. That I challenge you in this week of luxury lifestyles and glow up to remember the consciousness. Remember that you are the beginning and end of everything in your life. To appreciate you, to be grateful for you, to do the things that make you happy, to do the things that make you centered. That's a luxury lifestyle, darling. That is conscious living. And that is how we are going to go from this point forward in Feminine Spaces, together, building our community, reminding each other that that is what this fantastic platform is for. Women building and developing women, remembering us that relationship wisdom, to self-care, the self-confidence, and the conscious living, the tools, the skills, the sharing, the love, the crying, the frustration, it all gets put here. And that is conscious living.